Hello, this is Sarah Petruno, and this is the Meet Your Fairy Guide meditation. Use this meditation to meet the fairy guide ready to connect with you now. When you have completed this meditation, you will have met at least one of the guides in your fairy guide team. You likely have more than one fairy guide, and today you may meet just one, or you may meet many of the fairy guides on your team. To begin, find a comfortable place to sit where you can remain undisturbed for the duration of the meditation. When you are ready, close your eyes. Take a moment to calm and slow your breath, to relax your heartbeat, to slow down your pace, and to calm and center yourself. As you notice your breath begin to get slower and more relaxed, begin to imagine that from above you floats down a golden, glittering cloud of light. This cloud of light shines down on you from above and begins to float down towards your head, towards your shoulders, towards your body. You look up and you see the sky above you has parted, the trees above you have parted. And falling above you is a twinkling golden swirl of translucent light. It slowly and gently floats down towards you, glittering and twinkling with warm, gentle energy. It hits your head, swirls down around your head and your shoulders. It moves, it glides over your shoulders, down your chest and down your back, swirling around you, encircling you with this pillow of golden glittering light. It's comforting, it's soothing. It moves down and down and down, gliding over your body, around you. You become surrounded by a cloud of golden, yellow, sparkling light. It moves down around your stomach, your hips, your legs, moving down to your feet and swirling around your base. You are now encompassed, surrounded, and supported by this glowing, glittering cloud of healing light. As you sit surrounded by this cloud of twinkling light, you notice that in front of you, in front of your third eye chakra, the cloud of light begins to create a beam in front of you. From your forehead, stretching out before you, the beam of light branches off in the space in front of where you sit. The beam of light begins to paint a picture before you. And the picture that this beam of light, this cloud of glittering, sparkling light begins to paint is one of a fern forest. The light acts like a paintbrush and slowly paints in ferns and trees, dense canopy, woodland creatures like squirrels, chipmunks, deer, lush greenery. And it becomes so real that you can feel the humidity in the air. You can smell the recent rain. And you can see yourself in and surrounded by this lush green fern forest. Turn your head, your gaze, and take in the sights, the scenes. What animals do you see? Do you feel a tingling on your skin? Can you smell the scent of a recent rainfall? What sounds do you hear? Crickets? The scurrying of small creatures? As you stand there, the beam of light that had created this scene, that had sparkled down around you, and then used its healing, energetic brushstroke to create and paint this scene, is now solidifying into a ball of golden energy right before your eyes, right before you in the forest. You stand in a clearing. You see a clearing in the woods. In the lush green forest. And right before you, you see that cloud of golden, sparkling, glittering light begin to solidify, to condense, to swirl around until it begins to form the shape of a figure. From this beam, this ball of golden glittering light, begins to emerge your fairy guide. Slowly you can see someone inside this ball of light. You can see a figure, a shape begin to emerge. You can begin to make out what they look like. You can begin to get an idea for what they look like. Do they have a feminine or masculine energy to them? What color does the ball of golden light transform into being? How many figures appear and manifest from that ball of light? Just one individual, or two, or three, or four, or five? How many guides stand before you now? As you stand there, your guide or guides begin to step out of the light. The glittering cloud of light begins to dissipate around them, and slowly they stand before you in full physical form. What do they look like? What appearance does your guide take? Ask them their name or names. What name pops into your mind now? If you have more than one fairy guide present today, address each of them one by one by one and ask their name. And wait for a name to pop into your mind. Ask them to give you a sign of their presence. How will they let you know that they are with you? Do you feel a tingling in the crown of your head? Did you feel a chill on the back of your neck? A numbness in your foot, in your shoulder? What sensation do you feel? A vibration in your hands? A muscle twitch in your arm? This is the sign that your fairy guide will give you when they are with you. If you wish, you may now ask your guide or guides a question. What do they wish to help you with? What gifts do they wish to help you uncover? In what ways will they be supportive of you? Ask your question, and then accept the first thought or idea or inclination that pops into your mind as their answer. It is now time to part ways with your fairy guide or guides. They begin to back up from you, and that ball of golden twinkling light begins to surround them again. Slowly encircling them and surrounding them with golden, twinkling, sparkling light as their image, as their likeness begins to fade within that ball of light. You are no longer able to make out their figure, their shape. The ball of light grows dimmer and dimmer and smaller, until with one last final burst of light, the ball and your fairy guides disappear from view. While they have disappeared from your view, they are still surrounding you and in your presence, and you may now thank them for coming to meet with you today. If you were unable to get a clear name, a clear image, a clear answer to your question, they are happy to repeat this meditation with you again and again while you strengthen your abilities and gain practice and trust in yourself, in your communication with them and with those in the spirit world. Slowly, you begin to imagine yourself backing up out of the forest, and as you step backwards, one by one, the forest itself begins to fade. The vision, the image of it fades from your view. Until you are no longer able to clearly see it, and you are left only with a color, perhaps a ball of purple light in your view. Once the forest where you have met your fairy guide or guides has faded from your vision, you may open your eyes. Take a moment to blink your eyes once or twice or 3 times. Adjust your vision to the present time and space, and allow yourself to come back into your body, into your chair, into the physical world. You have now met your fairy guide or guides, ready to connect with you and support you now. You may come back to this meditation at any time to gain more practice, to meet more members of your team, to get more information, and even to try again if you feel as though you didn't get anything or weren't able to get what you were looking for or meet a guide. Continue to try, continue to trust yourself, and continue to work with your fairy guides. This has been the Meet Your Fairy Guide meditation. The music for this meditation has been provided by Thaddeus. Thank you.